Well, welcome back everybody to Luke Bourne's Painting Solutions. Bit of a different video. Today we're going to do what is in my van. How do I pack my van out? What do I carry on a regular basis? What I carry for day-to-day use? And all the bits and bobs we use as a professional painter and decorator, doing full repaints, maintenance work and things like that. So let's just start with the obvious. So obviously I always carry dustpan and brush. I've got a bag of cleaning cloths, caps, buckets, stirrers. Always have an empty 15 litre that I have with water. So at the end of the day, once I'm using brushes and mini rollers, I can just dunk it in there, clean it out later. And then obviously just easy access to tools. So we've got our painting poles, fillers, little scuttles for our 160 mils. And obviously because we do a lot of maintenance work, I carry what I call the usual suspects. So we have water-based and oil-based enamels to do doors and window frames and skirting and things inside. We've got exteriors, touch-ups for all the usual colours. So we've got paper bark, monument, Dulux natural white, and then we've got our specialties like our little oil-based undercoats. We've got different ones like that. We've got ones tinted for specific jobs, and then we've also got wood putties, wood fillers. We have cleaners. We have pre-made up plaster compound, base coat, things like that. And then obviously we've got a couple of shellac and oil based metal primers. We've got our tints, we've got black, we've got yellow ochre, we've got red for when we mix up sample pots to show a client, a customer. Then we've got our ready access tubs where I've got things like door stoppers, angled brushes for getting up into certain areas, lots and lots of tape, lots and lots of covering, plastic, caulking, things like that. We buy the once or twice use little rollers, use them up, throw them out, and of course we don't go anywhere without a good box of caulking. The old poly filler, the S20, is probably my favourite at the moment. Been using that one for a while. Buy that by a box of 24 and just use it away. And then we have our ready access plaster repair. We have sanding, sandpaper, so if I need to do a little patch on a wall, we've got offcuts of plasterboard, we've got tape, we've got our blades of various sizes, skim coat ceilings when we do plaster repair work, or walls where there's been a knock. Then obviously we've got our frames and our rollers, a couple of old sheets that we use to cover things up. We've got waste terps where we clean out our oil base. We've got undercoats, we've got sealing whites, we've got thinners, we've got exterior, interior paints, all the common stuff that we're going to use every day. And then obviously a couple of heaters for drying, some tools, fixing out little trays for just once off colours. And then up the top we've got things like all our different solvents, a couple of boxes of spray cans, maskers and things like that, a big tub of poly filler, so if we need to go through and patch up, and obviously 3-foot and 4-foot ladder and an ample amount of drop sheets that we use to cover up the flooring for our full flooring protection. Obviously a few older buckets that we use for exterior. We just knock the rims off them. We can turn them into little painting pots of various things. Then we've got our tool bag with our tape, screwdrivers, filling blades, and all the essentials we need. Rolls and rolls of sanding paper, sanding sponges, pliers, fillers. We've got fillers for trim work. This stuff's pretty good. This is the poly filler gloss fine finish, excellent stuff. Use that all the time. And all the usual bits and bobs that we have. And of course I've got a battery powered little vacuum there, because often when you go to a rental property the power's off, and we always clean up, make sure the place is in good nick after we're finished and things like that. So we'll just take a walk around the back. And you can see we've got our hoses, protective gear, hats, tub of stuff for when we're exterior with the hoses and washers and things like that, knee pads, work boots. We've got the big bag of tools down there with all the stuff that we're going to use on a day-to-day basis, sanding poles, outdoor scrubbing brushes. So as you can see, we come well stocked into a job, because at least we have to go out and buy stuff, the quicker we can get the job done and turned around. So normally on an average, I'm carrying enough drop sheets to do 1.5 houses. That's always been my go-to. Of course, our trusty roller frames. Now these ones are just the 270mm ones. That's probably the smallest I use. That's a 18mm lamb's wool nap. And down the bottom we've got trays and roller frames up to our 400mm extra long ones, and they're our production rollers. So we've got a whole tub of those that we do when we do full repaints and things like that. Cardboard and holders, cardboard shield for when we're spraying, a ton of brushes that we have, some just being used, some are in the process of being thrown out, or they can be used as dusting brushes. So we always come well stocked with a lot of gear to get the job done and get it done quickly and efficiently. And that's my pack out. I know everyone's got their own way of doing things. I've got just a couple of cheaper brand utilities up the top. If I damage them on site, I'm not going to cry too much. They didn't cost me too much money, but you know what? Most of the stuff you see there is over 7-8 years old and still being used. Some of them I might use once a year. Some of them I might use 4 times a year. But they've been good, hard-working tools. And that's my working van. Now, when I was working for a company, one of the chippies knocked me up some shelving, which has been really good. He did that out of marine ply for me. And when he had a spare couple of days, he bought the sheets and he knocked it up, and that's been really awesome. Get everything organised. I like everything has its place. If there's one thing I learnt from my grandpa, he said, if you put everything back in its place, you'll never lose it. And that's one thing I want to be able to come out here, grab my tools, grab my gear, grab my drop sheets, grab my ladders. Of course, we've got the roof racks so we can put scaffolding planks and bigger ladders, extension ladders, and portable scaffolding that I've got. So that's inside my van. Bit of off-cut carpet to go down just to keep the flooring of it clean. Good mate of mine's a carpet layer, and he's always giving me some spare stuff to make it all nice and fresh. But that's the girl. She's a good workhorse, the Toyota Hiace. I've had her for many years and she's never let me down. So that's what I carry on a day-to-day basis, and that's what I use for my jobs. Talk to you later. Drop us a comment, tell me what you think, and I'll talk to you on the flip side.